Webseries Social by Rana deals with the upside and the downside of social media, apart from the two other important issues that we are facing today, and it does it well. Let's find out more about it in today's episode of Entertainment Cube. Hi, this is Amar, and thank you for listening to Entertainment Cube podcast. So, Rana Daggubati ventured into the web series platform through VIU's Social web series, and this is the first bilingual web series that's been produced online. It's done in Hindi and Telugu. They've made a very creative usage of language because it's appealing to today's youth. A good amount of portions is being kind of recorded or scripted in English, and then the other portion is shot or recorded in Telugu and dubbed in Hindi. But still, it creates that impact because the subject is very tropical. What we are seeing today in terms of the upside as well as the downside of social. Rana Daggubati plays the role of the social media tycoon or someone who has established this website or platform called Social. His name is Vikram Sampath. So he has a dream to basically grow this and create human interactions out of it. And this is something that you get to hear or see in the first episode. But this series is all around the 4 lead characters, which is played by Naveen Kasturia, Priya Banerjee, Moin, and Abdul. And it's about Naveen Kasturia's sister, Preeti, and the screen name of the character is Veda. So the whole premise of the show is around a very important issue that we are kind of facing today, which is the human trafficking for sex slavery, right? And it also talks about how people use social media to get into that. It's anonymous. I can fake anyone's identity. I can create a group which people would be really excited about, hiking, trekking, or basically going on a trek with a group of friends, making new friends. So I think a good amount of things that we know of right now, while social brings it closer to some of the people who are like-minded, who we may or may not know, but gets us to explore that. The downside, as we would say, is those could be a stalker or people with malicious intention. And that's exactly what this series deals with, that how Prithvi's sister Veda falls into the trap and then how she gets kidnapped and put into the business of sex slavery, right? It also shows how social media can be used to create a huge campaign or a stir around finding Veda. So that's where when Veda goes missing, Prithvi's friend Abdul creates a campaign around the whole finding Veda or a Control F Veda. The online and offline, both media support in the search, and you will see how the offline media also gets involved. The other or the third aspect, as I mentioned today, we've seen a good amount of people getting into the masked superhero or raising the voice against some of the wrong things that are happening today. So it started out with the anonymous hacker group. We have seen a good amount of masked movement in the series Robot, or many more. That's just an example. But this is something we saw in a recent movie, Bhavesh Joshi, the superhero. So one of the things that got me thinking, and that's something that is shown in Social also, is when they create a protest, when they create a movement, when they find out that something is wrong, the message is conveyed by putting a mask on so that no one is able to identify, and then people who are able to relate or associate with that movement, they also come on roads marching against the wrongdoing, wearing the masks. So one of the big things that I felt was, why this? And if you have an answer, let me know. My thoughts, clearly, one, we all have different faces. We are following different castes, religions, and we all are united by humanity. So clearly, when you are given a chance, you want to belong to a particular tribe. That's one of the reasons why I feel people kind of relate, associate, or group together. Getting that mask to protest against something gets you united, and it creates same face, male or female, no gender, caste, so black, white, brown, whatever it may be. Effectively, the mask completely shuns away that identity that we put together, and it creates a new identity which is just one for the entire group. Also, there are times when individuals are completely fearing of raising a voice against something wrong, and this is again something that kind of hides or conceals that identity. And last but not the least, it's about creating a movement, and then to create a movement, it's basically, I would say, a mascot that comes into play. So a mask kind of relating to a mascot for that movement. That's my thoughts, guys. Let me know. So clearly, I really felt that social dealt with all the three topics which are very pertinent today, which is the upside and downside of socials, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing on social, like not revealing your location, too many personal details before getting into the groups of any kind. Verify, validate, check, too much on chat, talking too many personal details, even on WhatsApp groups. I think all these, we are leaving more and more trails, doing too many check-ins. I think these are some of the pitfalls that you need to avoid. While social unites us, gets us to kind of connect with, let's say, our colleagues who have been miles apart, or friends from school or college who have relocated to different countries, it also has these downsides. So clearly watch out for that. The second one, the whole racket of human trafficking and how we can protest against that, how we can avoid it, how to kind of get people in, is also something which is dealt with effectively, and that topic is treated very carefully. You do see the hacking and other stuff that come into play. And last but not the least is the whole aspect of mass superhero and how that creates a moment. And you will see the whole emotional moment when Veda meets her brother Prithvi in the end. So yes, the series does have a positive end. There are some sacrifices that happen in the series considering the whole nature. The 13 episode series deals with the topic in a sensitive way. Yes, it could have been slightly shorter, but to deal with a topic of this kind, I would clearly applaud Rana Daggubati and the entire team. So if you have watched the show, let me know what's your thoughts or perspective. What, according to you, are the pitfalls or the dangerous things of social media? You can find this show on VIU, and I have also put the link in the description below. So thank you again for listening. I really, really appreciate your time. And sorry, I know this has been a delayed podcast. There has been a gap, but thanks again.